Good morning and welcome to your early market briefing. Let's get you set up for the trading day ahead. It is looking like a mixed start across the board. This morning, as investors are carefully digesting a fresh batch of economic data and corporate earnings reports. Over in Asia, markets closed with a bit of a split personality. The Nikkei in Japan managed to eke out a small gain, boosted by some positive news in the tech sector. However, markets in Hong Kong and Shanghai ended slightly in the red. It seems concerns about the property sector are still weighing on investor sentiment over there. And recent industrial production figures didn't quite hit the optimistic forecast we were hoping for. Now, let's turn our attention to Europe. The early trade is looking cautiously optimistic. The FTSE in London and the DAX in Germany are both up by a few tenths of a percent. The big story here is inflation data. The latest CPI numbers came in just a touch hotter than expected, which is keeping the European Central Bank on high alert. Traders will be listening very closely to any speeches from ECB officials today, looking for clues on future interest rate policy. It's a real balancing act, trying to tame inflation without tipping the economy into a recession. Here in the US, futures are pointing to a relatively flat open. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq are all hovering right around the break-even point in pre-market trading. Yesterday, we saw a solid rally driven by big tech, but today feels a bit more hesitant. The focus is shifting to the labor market. We have some key jobs data coming out later this week, and that will be a massive piece of the puzzle for the Federal Reserve. A strong jobs report might give the Fed more confidence to keep rates higher for longer, while a weak report could signal that their policy is starting to bite. In the world of commodities, oil prices are ticking slightly higher this morning. Brent crude is trading just above $85 a barrel. This move is being supported by ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and some fresh supply disruption concerns. Keep an eye on inventory reports throughout later today. They could certainly add some volatility to the mix. Gold, on the other hand, is pulling back a little bit. It seems the slight strengthening of the US dollar is putting some pressure on the precious metal. It's currently trading around the $2,350 mark per ounce. Now, for some company-specific news that's moving the market. A major retail giant just reported earnings that beat analyst expectations on both the top and bottom lines. Their stock is up nearly 5% in pre-market trading. They cited strong online sales and effective cost management as key drivers. This is a great sign for the consumer spending landscape. On the flip side, a well-known software company issued a weaker than expected forecast for the upcoming quarter, and their stock is taking a hit, down about 8% before the bell. This just goes to show how crucial forward guidance is for investors right now. So, what's the big picture for today? It's a classic wait-and-see kind of day. We're in a bit of a holding pattern ahead of that crucial jobs data. The market is looking for a clear catalyst, a decisive piece of information that will set the direction for the rest of the week. I expect some choppiness, with traders likely to react quickly to any headlines, especially comments from central bank officials. Pay close attention to the financial and tech sectors, as they seem to be the most sensitive to shifts in interest rate expectations. To sum it all up, Asian markets were mixed. Europe is starting on a slightly positive note, but watching inflation. And US futures are flat as we await key labor market data. Oil is up, gold is down, and specific earnings reports are creating some big winners and losers. Be smart, stay informed, and navigate the markets with care today. That's your morning briefing. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our daily updates. Have a profitable day.